Hello, everybody. I have a very special review for you today. This is by far my favorite tool in my entire workshop, and I've got everything in every brand. I've got my chop saw, drill press, all the power tools you ever want, tons of tools down there, my table saw, bunch of tools in there, all the different things up there. And it's actually one of the few Dewalt products I own because I'm kind of a Makita guy. I usually go with whatever battery I have. And this is the battery charger for this unit. I'm not really going to get into that very much. It's a very typical battery charger. Battery comes out, goes in, it's good to go. But I want to focus really on this product and why you should add this to your toolbox, because I feel like of all the things I've purchased over the years, of all the power tools I've purchased, this has been the most surprisingly useful one. And it's really kind of changed the way I work. And I really, really, really enjoy using it. And I think it's got a really cool wow factor too for people who haven't seen it in the past. Anyway, so this is the, let's see, the DCF 682, okay? And it's a gyroscopic, that's what's cool about it, gyroscopic tool that you can purchase from Dewalt. First things first, got a little battery indicator there, so I'm got a 2 out of 3. And the battery is right here in the back. So the battery is a DCB080. Okay, a commonly found battery, I believe. And it comes with the charger, so you don't have to worry about it. I haven't had to purchase a separate battery for this. This is usually good enough to get me through most of my work, but I guess I'm not a field worker. So if you're at home, if you need a home power tool for what, you know, a power screwdriver essentially is really what this is for your tool bag, which is what I've got here. Fits really nicely. I actually usually put it in upside down like that. Fits really nicely in my tool bag. But let's get to what makes this thing really cool. First of all, it's got a really good LED flashlight up here, which I really like, because when I'm getting into a tight spot, let's just kind of get into a corner down here where there's bad lighting. So it gives you really good light, okay, while you're working. But that is really not the coolest thing about it. Coolest thing about it is this is a gyroscopic tool. Okay, you would think that's not going to work that well. So the way it works, you just press down. Okay, press down on this button down here. Very very ergonomic and very intuitive. Once you press down, you see it's not turning at all until I turn my hand to one side or another side. And it really kind of depends on how much I turn my hand is how fast the tip will turn. And it is extremely exact. In fact, it's a bit of black magic because it works in this direction, upside down, up, right up like this. Any which way I hold it, like you see, like that. How does it do that? How does it do that? You tell me. I have a degree in physics from University of California. I couldn't tell you how I would set up a gyroscope, at least not a single gyroscope that would work this way as well as it does that way. That's a bit of black magic. It's really good, right? Because I'm not putting a lot of, this is not a very exaggerated movement. Look how slowly I'm turning my hand. It figures it out. It never, ever, in my many years of using this, it never, ever has done something unpredictable. It's a very predictable tool, really great for tight spots where, you know, and it's got one of those quick release, bit things here. So it's a quick release collar. I don't know what you call that. I forget. There's a term for it. But anyway, so that snaps in. And along with that, what I recommend buying is this Dewalt kit. This is a tip kit from Dewalt. Okay, I bought this one at Home Depot. And it comes with everything you would ever want, okay? Everything you would want is in here. I'm not going to go through one by one. Your Torx bits, Phillips, whatever you would ever want is in here, okay? So this is a really good addition to this. They don't come together, okay? But I bought this at Home Depot, and I think I bought this at Home Depot too. I don't think I bought it on Amazon, but I will leave you a description. In the description, I'll leave you a link to both of these in Amazon. Hopefully Amazon does carry this. But this is a really great set to have with you, right? It's quite cheap. I think, gosh, I don't want to say. I don't like putting prices in my videos because prices always change, but I think this was a heck of a bargain. It was like $10 or something like that for a lot of tips, and they're really nice and long. I like the length of them. They've got this kind of narrow collar here. It helps you get into some tight spots, and combined together, guys, this makes such a great tool set. I know this costs more than your next competitive priced tool, but this little trick that it does is unbelievably useful, okay? You don't want to, I mean, when you're trying to work, that little bit of speed will get you far ahead of the game, especially when you don't have to fiddle around with like, oh, I want to go this other way or this other way button. When you're under a car and you got your hand in there and you just want to torque a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, I think that's an unbelievable thing. It's a bit of black magic you can buy for yourself or your toolbox. I can't say enough about it. And guess what? Dewalt's not paying me to say this. I literally love this product. I think it's by far, like, hands down. If I were to say, if somebody were to come in here and say, we're going to confiscate all your tools, you get to just keep one thing, I would say, all right, I know exactly what I want. I wouldn't even think about it twice. I would just take this guy and run. Battery lasts a surprisingly long time. I don't recall the last time I charged it. It's probably been a couple weeks, and I've still got 2 bars. I put it through its paces, guys. I've had this thing for a few years, maybe 3 years, and I do quite a bit of work. I don't do, this isn't my job, right? I mean, I work on my house, I work on my truck, I work on my motorcycles, I work on my bikes. So it's getting a fair bit of use. It hasn't gotten beaten up. It's got a nice rubber ergonomic feel to it. Just like most Dewalt products, they're pretty good. The ergonomics of it are actually one of my favorite things. I mean, you see how this little part is where my hand wraps, and I can hit this button with either that, or really even that finger, depending on how big my hand is. You never even think twice about how you're going to hit the button. It just kind of works for you. Yeah, if you're in the market for a power screwdriver, you can't do better than this, in my opinion. I've seen them all. This is my favorite one. Link in the description. Subscribe, please, if you want to see other product reviews. And if you have any questions or comments about this specific tool from Dewalt, or Dewalt, however you want to pronounce it. I'm probably saying it wrong. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If you have questions, I usually answer them within a few minutes sometimes. So don't be hesitant to call me. If you want to know the measurement of this, by the way, it's about 7 inches body and another, about 1.5 inches of this part right here, and whatever tip you put on there. So you can count on about 10 inches end to end with your tip on there. Yeah, fantastic tool. Hope to hear from you. Click that subscribe button, please. It'll help me out, and I'll leave a link to both this and that in the description shortly here. Hope to hear from you. Thank you.